Do you want to build your dream home? Gather enough water to keep the whole community hydrated? Maybe even fortify a pre-existing house that you don't have to pay property taxes on? I get it. Well, Carpentry is a skill that lets you do that. The only problem is that it can be a hassle to grind up to level 4 if you don't know what you're doing. It took me almost 3 hours of shooting in the dark to be able to do this. Well, what I wanted to do was this. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to properly level Carpentry and not be a dunce about it like I was just days ago. Now, I'll get into character creation towards the actual testing portion of the video, but for now, you're going to need tools. Obviously. Hammer and screwdriver are all you really need, but I decided to pick up a saw and a knife. More on that later. Next step is grabbing the books. I mean it. That 3 times multiplier might look like small potatoes at first, but would you rather be getting 10 experience per double bed or 30? Well, what about 690? Yeah. Read your books, dude. Finally, you're gonna wanna look for a target-rich environment. I'm talking hotels, grocery stores, and furniture stores. They're gonna have plenty of options for you to take apart. I could not find a furniture store, but I didn't give myself much time to look. So I went with this hotel here in Muldrow. Now, you're gonna wanna make sure you disassemble the right things. There are actually bad options for grinding out this skill. You can't just willy-nilly disassemble crates for hours because they give you as much experience as a freaking door. A door! Oh, calm down, calm down. Okay. So in order, you need to prioritize double beds, large wardrobes, long shelves, large shop shelves, doors, single beds, sofas, and large tables. You're well on your way, but now, what's the timetable we're looking at? Like I said earlier, you can and should take advantage of character creation, with things like Carpenter, Handy, and Fast Learner giving you huge boosts. That's about it, actually. Starting with a proficiency in Carpentry will help boost the multipliers that books give you later on, and I'll show you that here in a moment. But if you already have a character and didn't take any special traits or occupations, it won't hurt you too much, just be prepared for a grind, and you'll see here in a moment. So with this build, it only took me 11 minutes of reading the books and actual disassembling to reach level 10. In this test, I didn't really worry too much about taking care of my character. I debugged most of it, so this is time spent only reading and only disassembling. So let's get into my results. In the beginning of this test, I opted to only disassemble double beds and large wardrobes, then craft spears out of the planks I got. With the sheer volume of spears being sharpened per room, I was breaking my knives fast, so I had to weigh the pros and cons. The pros were I was ready for the zombies I removed to come back. The cons were this didn't yield many experience points, and I felt like it was a waste of time. So I dropped the spears in the second or third room and stuck to only disassembling double beds and wardrobes from then on. I really don't think there's any better way to show off how busted reading is. I mean, it only took me 11 minutes of actual dedicated experience gaining labor to get to level 10. Now, starting with those bonuses in character creation did set me up to level 4 immediately. So there is that. It wasn't 0 to 10. But if we're gonna go 0 to 10, let's say I didn't make my character with a pure focus on Carpentry. How long would that take? I hit random a few times and landed on this. Sure. That didn't go great, and maybe it was my fault because I decided I would disassemble everything rather than stay focused on beds and wardrobes. There's something to be said for inefficiency, but when a large bed gives me 30 experience and a single bed gives me 15, I don't really think there's much of a downside here. In the same 11 minutes, I only managed to hit level 4, which, as I said, is the level I started with in the earlier test. It's not all bad, it just means that about anyone can unlock rain collectors in under half an hour. Again, I didn't track how long it took to grab the materials or fight off the zombies in between all that running around, but in pure disassembling time, 11 minutes isn't too bad of a barrier to entry for your own DIY plumbing, which you can learn how to do in under 2 minutes with this video right here. I want to give a huge thank you to my Patreons. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Swerve, TC Chop, and Sean. Thank you guys so much. You guys are legends.